Hello, everyone. Welcome to the weekly meeting of the Phrancko Sweater Knitters. Feel free to join us anytime if you're interested in knitting the Phrancko sweater, or if you are knitting one, or think you might, or just want to know what a Phrancko sweater is, come join us. Anyway, we meet every Saturday at 2:30 p.m. Pacific time. And we have people from all over join us. Hi, Wally.
Hi.
Hi, Joellen.
Hello.
Hi, Ron.
Hello.
Hi, Sumner.
Hey.
Hi, Judith.
Hello.
Hi, Alicia.
Hi.
Hi, Jenny.
Hi, Frank.
Welcome, everyone. It's happy to see you all again.
Thank you. This is my first time here, so I'm excited.
Welcome.
Welcome.
We love newcomers.
Thank you.
And what brings you to the Phrancko Sweater Knitters meeting?
I want to knit a sweater that fits perfectly.
Does anybody have an opinion about that?
Well, I don't know how I found you, but somehow, and so I've been watching your recorded Zooms, which I'm glad you post them because it's fun. And I've been thinking about joining for a little while, but I can be a little bit shy, so I'm like, oh.
Yeah, we're all like that. We're knitters, so we're shy.
I can relate.
Well, you're certainly welcome.
Thank you.
Have you started a sweater yet? Or you?
I have been on your website and signed up, but I need to work on a swatch because I got to decide what I want my sweater to be. And I have made a couple sweaters, and they fit fine. I mean, but not great. And you know, it's hard for me to make a decision sometimes. So yeah.
So I guess you've heard people, since you've watched some of the meeting, you've probably heard people talk about how great the fit is for a Phrancko.
Yes, absolutely.
Well,
yeah, I am a drop shoulder kind of boxy fit kind of person. So, but you know, I want it to like be like even at the bottom, you know, the front and the back the same level, and have the shoulders not be huge and that kind of stuff. So I figured this could be the right place for me to get that figured out.
I hope you find out that's the case.
It should come with the warning label.
I'm sorry, Sami.
Oh,
Sami, what did you say?
You should come with the warning label. So you'll end up making multiple sweaters, because I went to the yarn store today, and the thing about this sweater is you can touch the most beautiful yarn, and that's the sweater you're gonna make.
No, nice.
You're not gonna pick the sweater based on the yarn that the designer decided.
Yeah,
right?
That's the other thing. Yep.
I was squishing this gorgeous stuff today, and this is my next Phrancko. I know, and then I'm gonna make a hoodie. I promise. So this. I was at my local yarn store. Very bad for me.
Oh,
but
yeah.
My husband drinks white wine, and we have a deal.
There you go.
No more than the wine.
Right.
So sometimes I gotta get a nice bottle of wine, you know. But so I'm making my swatch today for my Phrancko. Nice.
So what have you bought, Sumner? What is it?
This is it's like a single pencil roving Lopi, Icelandic wool.
Yeah.
Now, I love really woolly wool, right? So this is it's so light. It's like, it's not spun.
Wow.
It's roving, only it's really thin. So it's roving on 7s, and it really makes a beautiful woolly fabric, right? That'll be a warm sweater that I could also put under a puffer, because I'm up here in New England, and it can get really cold, right?
Did you say single pencil? What is that?
Yeah, it's like pencil roving. It's not twisted.
Oh.
Wow.
There's no twist in it at all. it will come apart very easily,
Right.
long wise, but short wise, it's pretty strong. But if you pull it, you'll pull it out.
Yeah.
So, yeah. My newest Phrancko is going to be.
Will
Nice.
that not kill?
Of course, I'm thinking it will,
Yeah.
but I love pilly, woolly, baggy sweaters. I just love it. So I don't know. I don't care about pills.
Okay.
And then I was doing this, and Judith, I don't know if I like to say it more than I like to knit it. This is my entrelac.
Ooh, I
Yeah.
saw
Oh,
it.
look at that.
I
Whoa.
started this on Wednesday.
Oh my
wow.
lord.
Nice work.
Yeah, so much fun. This is out of Noro,
Mhm.
but another really woolly Noro, right? Like not the silk or this is just woolly Noro.
Noro has or did have a similar pencil roving to that Icelandic that you're using. Comes in
Oh,
like,
okay.
like a wagon wheel of pencil roving from Noro.
Yeah, so that's, I don't know. I'm always doing more than one thing at once, like most of us, I guess. But yeah, pick your favorite yarn, Alicia.
Yes, sorry, my dog's barking.
Yeah, just whatever you want, and you'll get the best sweater. You'll love it.
Okay, great. That's always my problem. It's like picking yarn and then it's like, oh, now what am I gonna do with it?
Right. I always think it's backwards. They want you to pick a sweater first, but it has the yarn already done. Like you're picking a pattern first.
Yeah,
I think this is the better way to do it. Like I'm very tactile. I'm gonna go touch it and squish it. and
yeah. Well,
fall
that's
in
what
love
I
with the
mean. Like I
color.
find a yarn that I love and then I like buy it with no pattern attached to it. So then I'm
Right.
like constantly searching and then trying to match the gauge and
Oh, that's
how's it gonna
impossible, isn't
look if it's a different yarn, and then I just don't make anything.
Right. Well, unfortunately, now you
Oh.
can.
Yes.
That is one of the advantages of the Phrancko sweater is you get to knit the swatch and determine what the gauge is, and then Phrancko.com will generate a pattern using that gauge. You don't have
Okay,
to
yeah.
match anybody else's gauge, and it can be any yarn that you choose with whatever needles you choose.
Yes, I
That
love
creates
that.
the swatch you like. So-
Yeah. And
Hi, Cindy, I didn't get to say hi to you.
Hi, Frank.
We were off chatting when you came in.
That's great. Good.
Lisa is here for the first time, Cindy. You might have missed that.
Great.
hi.
Hi, Lisa.
Hi. So the drop shoulder is, I think that's an option, right? On yours?
No, there's no drop shoulder. It's
No.
all the architecture of set-in sleeves. All the
Okay.
options are, that's why it fits so well. It fits
Gotcha.
like a t-shirt or a sweatshirt with set-in sleeves.
Okay. And can I do it with a little bit of positive ease?
You
Or
can
is it-
choose how much ease you want when you select the pattern. You can
Okay.
even generate the pattern in multiple eases for the same yarn.
Okay.
Each
Gotcha.
ease you add costs just a little bit more.
Okay.
And if you like something, like you like a boxy fit in the body, but would like something less sort of sloppy looking in the arms, we've all got tips for making adjustments to the body measurement you take to wind up with, say, 2 inches of positive ease along the arm, but 4 in the body, for example. So have a nice traditional fit to
Yes.
here, but a nice, if you like that boxy shape, you can, there are ways to sort of customize it in that way that.
Yes, you don't
Okay.
have to be honest about putting in your measurements, in other words. If you want a tighter sleeve, then say your arm is a little less than it actually measures in circumference.
Okay.
Because when you choose, say, a 4-inch ease, it's going to create 4 inches of ease across the chest and also 4 inches of ease around the arm. But maybe you don't want 4 inches of ease on the arm, so you say your arm is 2 inches less in circumference. Then when you say I want 4 inches of ease, it will be 2 inches of ease on the arm and 4 inches on the body.
On the body.
Yeah.
When you do the like bust measurement, do you recommend measuring like your full bust or the upper bust?
The upper bust.
Okay.
And that is used to determine your shoulder width. And that's
Mhm.
why it needs to be, basically a measurement of your rib cage.
Okay. Okay. Got it. Well, I think I'm pretty close to, getting a swatch done and putting in my
That's great.
measurements.
That's great.
Exciting.
I want to plug swatching on this one.
Mm-hmm.
When you're swatching, after you're done with your swatch,
Mm-hmm.
like wash it, block it, and then carry it around with yourself for a couple of days
Okay.
in your pocket, in your purse, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Then measure it.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's custom
Yeah.
and it's just for you,
Yes.
I think you'll end up being happier at the end of the day.
So do you think it's better to then put in the measurements after I've washed it, blocked it, and carried it around?
Yep.
Okay. Okay.
Yep, absolutely. So make your favorite swatch, wash it, block it, and carry it around.
Yep.
And leave it around and then see what it turns out to.
Mm-hmm.
Because you'll be surprised. Measure it before you block it.
Mm-hmm.
Now measure it after you've blocked it and carried it around a couple of days. Depending upon the yarn,
Yes.
there could be a significant difference. Now, with me,
And it
there's
could
always
be
a
bigger
difference.
or it could be smaller. Different
Yeah.
yarns do different things.
Because
Well,
I'm a woolly guy, so
Since your
there's
sweater-
always a difference.
Since your sweater is going to be blocked
Mhm.
and you're going to wear it, then that's the gauge that you want to fit you. So that's why you block the swatch
Okay.
before you put the measurements into the pattern.
Okay. I do notice that my swatches seem to be a little different than what my knitting ends up being. Sometimes
Oh.
by like 2 stitches, but
Oh, no.
well, you
Um,
got to do more to get better at your tensioning, I guess.
Yes, but it could also be a difference between knitting flat and knitting in the round. The sweater is almost all knitted in the round. There's some at the shoulders that's knitted flat, but almost everything is knitted in the round.
Mm-hmm.
And some people have quite a different gauge when knitting in the round to knitting flat.
Mm-hmm.
So if that's the case, then you want to actually knit your swatch in the round.
Got it. Okay.
And be sure you knit a big enough swatch too. I mean,
Yeah.
knit a big swatch. Don't skimp. Otherwise, you're going to do an extra sweater.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Good.
Mine are always a minimum of 30 stitches wide.
Okay. Gotcha. Well, I probably want at least more than 4 inches, maybe like 5 or
8.
6, 8 inches. Okay.
I would do 8 or 16.
Mm-hmm.
Just
Well, that's a little excessive, Summy.
I know, but I would I that's what I do. I got
16, I don't
30.
know. I could do 8.
I got a
Well,
30 stitch
I would
swatch.
say I do like usually 8 by 6.
Okay.
Yeah.
There are diminishing returns at a certain point.
Yeah.
And should I suggest my L-shaped swatch?
Not if you can, if you know that you knit the same flat as you do in the round. But if you
Yes.
don't, then you need to just knit it, Frank.
Yeah.
Sometimes there aren't shortcuts.
Or, I mean, isn't knitting it in the round at that point a shortcut when you should just make sure that you knit flat and in the round at the same gauge?
Well, yes, I do that.
I'm too new to know whether my knitting in the round or flat is the same or not.
Yes.
I'd have to do 2 swatches.
Yep. And do you know how to measure gauge?
I do.
Okay.
Yes. Thank you.
Oh, no.
What'd you do?
What?
You were talking.
Yeah, no, it's nothing critical. I can fix it on this next pass, but I got off by a stitch somewhere in this pattern. Boink.
Is it nicer now?
Nicer now.
A better pattern, a new and improved version. Hi,
Well, thank you
Joellen.
for being so welcoming. I was like kind of nervous, so now I feel good.
Good.
Oh, no, you're good.
Yeah.
I've
I
been there.
made a very little teeny tiny, probably known by far and wide action that I'll share if anyone wants to hear it.
Sure.
We can take a measurement. I found out when you cast something on and you're supposed to have a long cast on tail, like I'm making this little 1898 cap, and it wants you to have a 20-inch tail.
Mhm.
And then you cast on, and this long 20-inch tail always gets in the way, and then you tie that little butterfly tie to keep it all in one.
Mhm.
Well, the figured out that I measure it, tighten the knot first, then cast on, and it's not always flipping around and tangling up in my needles. And I was very
Oh,
proud
that's
of
a good
myself.
idea.
Oh.
I thought
So
I'd
were
share.
they using that for seaming then afterwards, Joellen?
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
Then,
Yeah.
right, this is the, I'm making my second one. This is the little double thing. It's made
Mhm.
flat, and then this is
Yeah,
gonna be
and
part
then
of the ear.
do and goes
So when
over
you
the
come
ears. Yeah.
together
Mhm.
around, and they'll put it.
Yeah, it's a neat, it's a very functional pattern that really covers the head and the ears well.
It does. I did get one finished.
Oh,
Oh,
yay.
nice.
Oh,
Yeah, I did 2 of those this year.
You're the reason I'm doing this right now.
Uh-oh, I'm in trouble.
Because you did
It's your
those.
fault, Sumner. It's your
It's your
fault.
fault.
So Frank,
Yes.
I'm knitting this sweater and I'm gonna let my yarn store borrow it. And I wanna put like sweater by Phrancko.com or something on it.
Oh.
Like
uh-huh.
like the best way to do it, like when it's done. You know how when you see like a little tag,
For a fun
like,
time
you know,
call,
knit by
Phrancko.
Summy, different tag. So so it'll say like knit by Summy and then sweater by Phrancko.com or something like that.
Oh,
I
that'd
don't
be
need your
great.
permission to do that, right?
Of course, you can always have permission to promote Phrancko.com.
But I don't
I
need
like
your
what's-
permission, right?
No, you
long
don't
as
need
I
my permission,
you
you just
credit.
automatically have it.
Okay, just I give you credit. Okay. Because I thought it would be fun because
I would really
everyone's a
appreciate
different
that.
shape. So it'd be fun. They're all excited to see how fast I can make this and get it up.
So are they taking bets? Are we taking bets today of how many days we'll take?
I don't know.
Oh, don't
I
do
mean,
that.
you
You'll
would
have it
always-
done overnight.
I know he does always in less than a month. I'm thinking, okay, today is Saturday.
So next week you'll have it
I'm
done.
thinking next Thursday.
Yeah.
If you really hurry.
But I won't
Absolutely.
be measuring my swatch till Wednesday.
Are you still working? Are you still working, or are you?
I am working.
Oh, okay. If you were on vacation, it might move up a little bit.
Yeah. But I'm not doing my swatch. I'm not measuring the swatch till Wednesday. Because I'm
Till
gonna block it
Wednesday.
tonight.
Oh, because you're gonna block it and hang it around. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Because it's woolly. So
Mhm.
Alicia,
Yeah.
I don't know how new you are to knitting, but the more woolly you are with your yarn, right? The
Mhm.
more that blocking really matters
Okay.
as far as your gauge.
Mhm.
If you have a nice smooth yarn, I don't know. I find that
it matters a lot with superwash or something too, because it'll just like can stretch out and
yeah,
be
some
a
of them
lot
stretch
different
out.
and slip. It really depends.
Yeah.
Right.
But boy, my swatches, they really shrink up.
Like block it the way you're gonna wear it.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, I'm still learning about yarn, but but I am a swatch. I do swatch because, you know, I've been told many times to swatch, like, so I am a swatcher.
It's money in the bank.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Especially if you're knitting a garment that needs to fit.
Right,
like
exactly.
a sweater.
I mean, it's like
Otherwise,
if you're
it could
doing a
be way
scarf
off
or a
in
shawl,
size.
it doesn't really matter.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But
And you
if you're
can't
actually trying
believe
to
the
make
gauge
something.
on the yarn band.
No,
No,
Everybody's is different. And
yeah, it's a guideline. It's, yeah, don't trust it.
It just may be a starting point, but a suggestion.
that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm
You
knitting
know-
a blanket right now and it's, I didn't
Oh,
swatch.
isn't that pretty?
Oh, I like that. Oh, nice.
Yeah, so I didn't
Oh, I
swatch
love
for that.
it.
Hmm.
When people show things, I have to spotlight them. So hold it up again.
Oh,
Oh,
that's
look at
nice.
that.
oh,
Wow. Oh,
Oh,
nice.
nice.
yes.
You.
That's entrelac, huh?
No, it just looks like it because
really?
it's just knit and pearls, but
Girls,
because
yeah.
the
it's,
yarn,
it's like
it-
a large basket weave. It's a knit weave.
Oh,
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
it's supposed to look like circles once I block it. But I kind of like it the way it looks, so I don't know. I don't know if I'm
It
gonna block
looks great. Yeah, I was debating on mine is so puffy.
it. Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
love that look. It's so
Yeah.
puffy.
Yep.
But
well,
I think blocks
okay, I
would
was
still be
assuming
nice.
yours is entrelac. It is, right?
Mine's
Yeah.
entrelac. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Did
And
you?
this is the cheater's way of entrelac.
It's
I'd never.
very
It's my first
effective.
time doing entrelac.
Oh, that's amazing.
I've never done it. Oh,
Did you,
see, it
some
just
did
pulled
you
my
get the
yarn.
book or you just got the pattern?
Oh, I just went to verypink.com and
Yeah.
downloaded the free pattern.
I got the book from the lady who wrote the book. She was out here in Long Island about 7 years ago and she signed it, so it was nice.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yep, I just
So
pulled
I'm
my
not
roving
using-
apart.
Yeah.
Are you knitting backwards, Sumner, or turning the work round?
I'm not knitting backwards. They did show you how to do it.
Yeah.
I'm just turning it around.
Turning it around. Okay.
Yeah.
I would love to learn how to knit backwards, but I don't know. Not today. Can you knit backwards?
Yeah, yeah.
You do. Oh God.
I have enough trouble knitting forwards.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too, Walter.
How do y'all
That's-
decide, and when you haven't got your pattern or, you're gonna do your swatch, how do you decide how many, balls of yarn to get? You like the yarn, and if you don't buy, enough at that point, they may not have it by the time you get your swatches, etc., figured out. What do y'all do? Just get more than you normally use?
For me, I get a general gauge. Like I know I'm going to use size 7 needles between 1,200 and 1,400 yards. That's a general ballpark for a sweater that's going to fit me in a size 7. So I use that as kind of a judge first.
Okay.
And then on this one, I made sure the yarn store had the ability to get more if I needed it in the same dye lot.
Right.
Because I don't know.
No, yeah.
But I also really loved, because Ron knows this is my favorite color. When colors go, right? It's a green, like the spinach you got me, Ron.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I love this color. So I just needed it in my stash. So I just got what my general is, and then I'll call her if I need more. But that's what I do. Because you don't
I
know.
always find it comes in handy to own a yarn store.
Yeah.
That would be handy.
Yeah.
Alicia, if you have fiber questions,
Uh-huh.
Ron owns the Twisted Skein.
Okay.
Mhm. In
He
Bakersfield,
has a great
California.
website.
And yeah, that's where I am. But if you go to the Twisted Skeins website, if you ever have any questions about anything or you're trying to track something down, I've got like a network of other yarn store people that I know. I've got contacts, and I see a lot of yarn passes through my hands. Even if I decide not to stock it, I often see it. So I'm always happy to answer questions or give advice.
Okay.
I figured you were gonna tell us to ask Tim.
Or ask Tim. I'm always
Or
happy
ask
to
Tim.
pass you over to Tim as well, who is at the shop today while I am at the theater today.
Gotcha.
I have another suggestion for Joellen on how to find out how much yarn to buy.
Ah,
And that is to go to Phrancko.com
Nah.
and estimate what your gauge is intended to be. If you're going to do a worsted weight sweater, then you know it's going to be probably 4.5 stitch. I mean, yeah, 4 to 4.5 stitches per inch. So you put in an estimated gauge, generate your sweater pattern, but don't buy it. Go all the way up to the schematic page. And if you know what kind of yarn you're going to use and you have all the information from the yarn band, which is unlikely if you haven't bought it yet. If you do, then you can enter all that and it will tell you how many skeins to buy. But if you don't know that, just in the yarn, when it says enter your yarn information, just write some yarn in the very first row, or write anything just in the first row and leave the rest of it blank. And it will go ahead and generate the schematic and tell you how many yards it takes to knit that sweater.
okay.
Then you take that number to the store and say, yes, I want a worsted weight yarn because that's what you did the test with or the estimate for. And then you say, and it needs 2,300 yards or whatever it is.
Right, okay.
So you can get the information from the website by doing an estimate. You just have
get
to
the
remember to
yardage.
go back in and put in the correct gauge after you bought the yarn
Right,
and knitted your swatch.
okay.
So are you saying if you put in your measurements and the like yarn that you're going to use, it'll tell you how many yards you need?
It'll tell you both how many yards and how many skeins. Well, actually, it'll either tell you how many yards or how many skeins. I forget. I don't think it tells you both.
Okay.
Depending on whether you've entered the yarn information or not.
Okay.
That'll be on the diagram.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's
There are some
Yeah, with
edge
the
cases
schematic.
where it has a hard time guessing.
yes.
But
If your gauge is
for the
way
most part.
off base, it will not tell you. Like if it's really unusual gauge, then it will say, I can't estimate that because stitches are different.
Does not compute.
Yeah. But you enter something that's reasonable. So say 20 stitches and 29 stitches is for row and gauge, for stitch and row gauge. And then just don't enter anything on the yarn page except in the first field.
Okay.
You have to enter something in the first field to get by it. So just
Okay.
enter anything in the first field and nothing else.
Okay, okay.
So we could enter Frank said guess.
Yes.
That's right.
And so do you have to, can you, because I have not done that. I like that. I'll do it. Do you have to check? Do you do it before you check out? After you check out,
Yes.
it gives you the gauge.
Before you check out, do not pay for it because you're going to go back and change it. And you can still change it if you haven't paid for it yet. So this is all before you've paid for the pattern. And on the
it tells you how
page
much.
where you're about to pay for the pattern, it can give you a schematic. And above the schematic, it'll say estimated for this many square inches is this many yards.
Okay, there you go. And I've only knit like 5 or 6 of these sweaters. So,
Exactly. Learn something every day.
yep.
So Ron, you were in one of the last couple videos, you were wearing a long cardigan. It was kind of yellow and
Yes.
multicolored. So you said it was a Phrancko pattern, but is it, do you have cardigans on there or did you just
Well,
the construction?
lots of folks have made cardigans, certainly not just me. And there are lots of ways that we manage that. And the the most straightforward ways are generally to pick one of the necklines that you like, and simply don't join it in the middle, and continue knitting it flat. The one that is sort of the most out of the box, ready to do that to, is the Henley pattern, which doesn't join until the Henley placket is finished knitting it as written, but you can just continue on, and it gives you a round neck, and you just continue downward. I've made a lot by not joining the V-neck, and depending on the shape of the cardigan I want, adjusting the increase rate at the neckline. So the yellow one that I was wearing, I decreased the increase rate. So as written, it increases every other round on, or every other row on each side, I think. I did every third and continued increasing all the way to the hem. So it has sort of a waterfall front.
Okay.
A number of people have also taken one of the existing patterns and steeked the front, literally cut the knitting and fastened them inside. So there isn't a cardigan option, but there are infinite cardigan options on the Phrancko website, if that makes sense.
Right. Yeah. Yes. I loved the drape and the fit of that. So
Yeah. My mother took some photos of it when she went out for Mother's Day. She was wearing it, but I'm on my phone now where I'd share them. I need to get them up on the Phrancko forum so everyone can have a look.
yeah.
So, and when you
Working on
come
my
up with
Alpine Joy sweater. So I'll show you my progress.
Ooh,
Oh, very nice.
That's nice.
Oh,
Frank.
wow.
Nice.
that's gorgeous.
And then here are the sleeves
Oh,
and the
wow.
saddle shoulder.
Oh gosh, I love that. That's gonna be really nice.
Impressive.
Wow.
Yes, very,
Yeah.
very Gaelic.
Yeah.
Yes. I keep wanting to go left and right. Anyway, I think I made a lot of progress this week. I'm really proud
You
of that.
did, because last week you just had swatches.
That's right. I had swatches for weeks. It seemed like I was just swatching endlessly, and but then I did choose the patterns I wanted and arranged them. And I've also generated the plan for how I'm going to do a huge range of sizes, because I like to publish in 9 sizes that range from either this one I can't do extra small, so I have to leave that one off, but it'll be small, medium, large, 1X, 2X, 3X, 4X, and 5X. And so because there, as it gets larger, I mean, it's really a lot larger, big range of sizes, I need more patterns in the larger sizes. So I worked it all out so that each size has a set number of and order of these patterns that is just gets more complex as you get bigger.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, that's great.
So who else has something to show us? What are you all working on?
Well, I fixed my row where I was off a stitch. I managed to tink back, and now I'm back on it. So I'm still working on the model stranded knit hat for my class that is coming up at some point. But here's what it looks like now. I'm just on to the last motif of the chart.
Wow.
Oh, that's great.
That's so beautiful.
So
Is that in that camper?
This no, this is Fennel by Rama.
Nice.
And so this is the 2-color class variation, and then I'm going to make one, maybe just a swatch, depending on how zesty I get. I don't know if I want to knit another hat for the class model, but there will be a multicolored one as well.
Well, that's
That
great.
one's just
That's
So
pretty.
that's what I get up to. And then I'm certain inquiring minds that knitters instinct.
Yes, I'm the one that usually asks about
Turn
that.
stranded knitting inside
Oh,
out.
look at how lovely that is. Very, very
Wow.
nice.
There it is.
wow.
Wow.
You
That
could
is
wear it
beautiful. You
inside out.
really could, couldn't you? You could wear it inside out.
Yeah, this part.
You're
I-
impressive. Yeah.
I was thinking it would be cool to do a sweater that was just this
We
as a slip stitch pattern like this, and then as a stranded pattern like right side out, alternating. Same 12 rows, but passing the floats in the front of the work and then the back of the work. So
In the
slip
back of the work.
stitch,
That's kind of
stranded,
cool.
slip stitch, stranded.
Very
Mm,
interesting.
That
Very,
would
very
mean
nice.
you could wear your sweater inside out and nobody would know.
Yeah, and
Right.
then it's sort of a tall hat, which is good because with as much as I have to do right now, I can pretend to be grandma's parakeet and put myself to bed like that.
Oh, that's great.
See, now I think it's nighttime.
wake up.
Yeah.
No, don't make me. Anyway,
Come on,
that's
Ron.
what I've been up. That's what I've been up to.
Well, you know why they do that with parakeets? They are from near the equator and they really need to have 12 hours of daylight and 12 hours of dark. And so you have to put them to bed at a certain time and have them get up at a certain time.
Is that right?
Yeah.
It actually does. Well, or else ours gets kind of grumpy. It will put them into breeding form, which you usually don't want unless you actually are trying to breed parakeets. So, but they
Yeah.
just do much better health wise if they.
When my circadian rhythms are off, that is the last thing on my mind.
I know. But a lot of times they do go to where they like eat a huge amount or they eat hardly anything. So
That
so
hits
you
me where
need
I
to
live, yeah.
you need to just keep them on an even schedule and they do the best and live the longest.
Maybe I'm actually like an exotic parakeet.
Maybe.
You know, there are a lot of there are feralized populations of parakeets all over Bakersfield here.
Yeah.
Oh,
They
wow,
fly around.
how wonderful.
They fly around downtown.
Mhm.
Just happy little parakeets living their lives.
We have a parakeet
And parrots
and a
as well.
bunny.
Yeah, we have feral parrots.
Fire and they got released.
Yes, they got released one day, and now we've got parrots. That happened.
So who else has something to show us? This group never gets quiet until I ask that.
Judith hasn't
Yeah.
talked.
I
Judith
know.
hasn't talked.
I was gonna say.
I'm how do you say splitting for the sleeves? Is that how you say it?
Mhm.
You're
For the
splitting
sleeve
them,
is wonderful. Good.
So it's a Phrancko. It's a fingering weight yarn with the
Oh, that's
motif
beautiful.
that I took in
Nice.
Barbara Walker. Barbara
Yeah,
Walker.
Barbara Walker. Yeah. Oh,
Lovely.
lovely.
Beautiful.
It's really, really nice.
Is
Is
this
that
going to be a
knit pearl
dress?
pattern?
Sorry?
Is
it
that
going to
knit
be a
pearl
dress?
pattern? Oh,
Oh, sorry,
No, not this one.
not that one.
Not, but I have enough yarn to make it a tunic. It's a hand-dyed yarn. Well, this one is not dyed. It's the natural color from the Small Bird Workshop called Barn Swallow. It's 70% wool, 30% mohair. So it's a
Wow.
sock yarn. And
Beautiful.
that's my swatch. I don't know. It
And so what's
Yes.
the name of the stitch pattern?
I think it's sand from Barbara Walker.
Okay. It's lovely.
Yeah.
It
Yes, beautiful.
gets nicer when I block the
Mhm.
fabric.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Very, very nice. Very, very
So
nice.
I talked. I showed.
Good. Yay, Judith.
That's
Yay.
beautiful.
I'm just finishing up my the swatch for the Knit Wiz Knit Along. And she's got a
Okay.
3-3 ribbing at the
Okay.
thing, and then stockinette is going to be the body. And I'm doing this in a I'm doing the Key West tee. She's got 3 different ones going, and they're all little kind of summery t-shirts. It's a wool, I think it's wool linen silk blend. That's what it is. DK weight. I like the color. It's
Look,
cool.
very pretty.
So,
Yeah,
so I
very
think
nice.
that's going to be good. So I'm doing that one.
I think this sweater, Jenny, I'm gonna do the sleeves 2 at a time.
Oh, excellent. That should be good.
Mm.
They'll go
That'll
much
be my
quicker.
first time that I'm doing
Yeah.
it.
And
Are
next
you
time
gonna-
on size
Mhm.
triple aught needles.
Yeah.
Sorry.
He
Are you
promised.
going to do both the sleeves on one long circular, or are you going to do them each on their own circular?
I don't know. I haven't worked that out. I think probably one long circular, but I'm
One-
not sure.
Yeah, that's what I do. The one long circular. Yeah.
Yeah, that's how I've done mine when I did 2 at a time. I was on one really long
So,
circular. Mhm.
Is there a resource where I would learn how to do that?
But it's really not different. You just do one and then do the other the same way you do 2
On
at
the,
a time.
yeah, on the same needle.
Yeah,
Yeah.
on the same needle, just like
Yeah.
you do 2 at a time socks.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
might
I've never
want to
done
do
2
them
at a
on-
time socks.
Any resource for 2 at a time socks, like top down socks, 2 at
Yeah.
a time,
Okay.
would be
Yeah.
pertinent for you.
Okay,
Mhm.
I'll do that.
You might want to do them separately until you've just got about an inch past the underarm, just
Mhm.
because it's a bit tight. And if you try and put
Okay.
it all on one circle needle, it might pull. So just get an inch
Okay.
past the underarm.
Yeah,
and
I
then just
do.
slide
I do
one lot
usually
onto
do.
the next one. Yeah.
Good
Yeah, I'm
advice.
thinking I usually do 5 or 6 rows
Right,
after you pick
that's
up
it,
the
yeah.
underarm.
Yeah.
Wait,
Do is what I've done.
yep, done my swatch. Done.
Yay.
And usually you'll only use the wrong yarn to keep knitting on the other one once, and then you figure out not to do that
Yeah. When they're stuck together. Yeah.
when they are stuck together and you have to like, not just
When I
one,
was
but
learning Kat Bordy's method for 2 at a time socks on two circs, the socks with 2 circs,
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you how many times I wound up on one needle, and I just was
Yep.
like, okay, I give up.
And there's no
You know.
reason you couldn't do exactly that to knit your sleeves 2 at a time as well, if you're
Yeah.
familiar with it.
Unless
Oh.
you're like me and you pull the wrong needle out, and then you
yeah,
have
I've done
all
that.
your stitches all
And
over
you
the
have the
place.
whole thing. I did that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not that
Yeah.
I've not done that, but yeah. Okay, that's good. I'm excited.
If you're doing it on 2 needles, then it's worth having different tips. So like different colored tips. So you always knitting the same color tip to the same color tip, a pair of wooden or a pair of metal. So metal to metal and then wood to wood, and that way you never
Yeah.
get them on the one.
I
needle.
like the cord color change. Like I have a couple of different cord colors.
Cords. That's
So I
it.
think
Yeah.
I'll probably do that where the cord
Yeah.
color is different. So
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, good though. I'm excited.
Can I show my disaster?
Please do.
Yeah.
Oh, come on. I'm sure it's
can't
not a
wait.
disaster.
It's been a long time since we've seen you, Wally.
Yeah.
So, well,
Well,
me.
I'm kind of busy trying to clean my sister's house out.
No, it wasn't a, how do you say reproche? It's
Yeah, well, she passed away, so now I got the house. So
sorry about that.
this is, where are we? We went awry somewhere.
Ooh, that's nice.
Oh, it's lovely.
Looks great.
It's all purled except for the rib. It's knit
Uh-huh.
one behind,
Yeah.
but it's just not working. It's not fitting the way it's supposed to. Now,
Oh.
I'll tell you, Frank, well, one thing I did, because you say not to do it, but I did it, is I did a
Oh,
provisional
that's where you
cast.
went wrong.
I did a provisional cast on in the beginning, and then when I switched it over, you know, when you have to do the other side, the downward part, it worked out very well. There's no seam right on the shoulder.
Yes, but that is why you should not do that, because the sweater will stretch wider and your shoulders will.
Ah, okay.
And that's might be what happened.
Maybe that could be the part. All right. Well, I'm going to rip
It
it out.
makes the top of the sweater too stretchy.
Is it the top of the sweater that's ill-fitting?
Yes.
Just
That's what it
try,
is.
if you don't mind the suggestion,
I want all the suggestions.
take a length of your yarn and slip stitch across the row of purl bumps
Okay.
where you did the seam. Because a
All
slip
right.
stitch, a row of slip stitches is very sturdy. It may draw it in and save you the heartache of
tearing it out.
Mhm.
But the other thing because I was experimenting with this, because the pattern is for, you know, it's back, front, and 2 sleeves. And it's from a French book. And the way they said it, it was you're going to be knitting, you're going to purl 6, and then you're going to do 1 below. But doing it in the round, it didn't work. So that's why I knitted behind it to make the rib raised. And strangely enough, I like purling better than I do knitting now. But you know.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So Walter, does the rest of the sweater fit? It's just the shoulders?
It's just part, yeah, it looks like I did something wrong on the shoulder part when I did it. Because you know, when you're doing the sweater, you have to make this rib, and you know, it just didn't make it right for me. So, you know, I do like it.
Yeah, it is.
But
It's
it did,
lovely.
you know.
We'll see if with that chain
That
stitch, if you
suggestion,
can
yeah.
pull it in. Yeah.
All right, to pull it in. Yeah,
because that is the thing. That is the thing with the provisional cast on is it stretches
it out.
It's going to stretch as much as your
Yes.
regular knitting is, and on your shoulder you don't want it to stretch. You want it to be stabilized.
Okay. Because when I change directions like that, I have a terrible time trying to do it. I don't know why. But
it's hard for just the first couple of rows.
It is.
There.
It's like I really have to take a crochet hook and pick them all up, and then put them on the needle.
I use a crochet hook. That's totally fine.
All right. So, okay. All right.
But just.
But the wool is out. It's alpaca and wool.
Oh, that's nice.
So,
and
everybody says beautiful. Alpaca stretches out a lot.
Alpaca does stretch more than wool.
It can.
So, make it a tighter knit.
Yeah, with less ease, or on smaller needles, whatever.
That's what
if you like the fabric that you get, of course you don't want to go on smaller needles, but you would do your design with less ease.
All right.
But if as you knit it, it's too drapey and you don't want it with quite that much drape, then you would do it on tighter needles.
You know, the belly sticks out, so the drape ain't too bad.
Yeah, so I have that. I totally hear you.
So that's what that's my little thing I was doing. So,
but alpaca is a hair like dog hair or something. It's so slippery. It doesn't have the scales.
And
like
a lot of stuff
does.
pokes out of it. Yeah, I can see that. So
because it doesn't grab like wool.
Yeah,
it feels like cashmere too.
Oh yeah, it's very smooth.
Does it?
Yeah, it feels.
As a matter of fact, in my sister's closet, I found a full-length fur coat.
Oh yeah!
Oh my gosh!
So I don't know what I'm doing with that. I have to bring it. I have a secret closet in the house.
What kind of fur?
We don't know. We have to look on the tag. We haven't found it. But everybody, all the ladies, because the first week we went there, all my friend ladies came and they cleaned out the whole house with all her clothes.
Yeah.
And they donated most of them. But all back in the closet, here comes this fur coat. And so everybody says, you keep it and wear it during Christmas. I mean,
That's
it's a
funny.
huge, you know, the whole, I mean, has the little clip thing for the front. It's funny. So
I have Tibetan lamb pillows in my bedroom
yeah.
that are real, and
Oh, wow.
they're so beautiful. And a couple of my friends have gotten upset that I have them.
Right, that's what I'm saying. I'm gonna go out for Christmas with a fur coat on, and the animal people are gonna come and kill me.
I know. I know.
So, but you know, my sister was today was her birthday, so she
Yeah.
would have been 83 today.
Oh wow.
So
Yeah.
we went to the gravesite and gave her roses and stuff.
That's
but
sweet.
you know, but you know, like 3 neighbors already. Oh, we'll buy your house. We'll buy your house. Yeah, okay.
No, of course you will.
Yeah, yeah. It's overlooking the water. They're gonna buy it, all right. So.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they'll pay for it. I hope.
Oh yeah, well,
Yeah,
the
don't give it
lawyer
away.
said anyways between $500,000 and $700,000, and this is only a 600 square foot house. So
Oh wow, it's a little house.
yeah,
Well, good for you.
yeah. Well, it's cleaning the house out. See, when Tony passed away 6 years ago, he was a fisherman. So she cleaned out the whole garage of his fishing stuff, and her garage is nothing but a big food pantry. So I got enough food for the rest of my life. I swear it. So.
But is it stuff you like, Walter?
Yes, you know, I mean, she has like 20 cans of pumpkin because she was making pumpkin butter and stuff.
Oh, Jacques Pupin has a pumpkin gratin that is delicious.
Ah.
It's pumpkin and you do Swiss cheese and a little grating of Parmesan on it. It's wonderful. I love it.
Well, the other day I made, one of my friends was 70 years old, so I made the Einer's carrot cake.
Oh, that's a nice carrot cake.
And yeah,
On the
and
garden,
one of
I made that.
Yeah, one of the guys in who lives in Southampton said if you had that in the store in Christie's up here, they would have charged you $100 for that cake. So
yeah,
it is, but it's an excellent recipe.
Yeah, I substituted 1-for-1 gluten-free flour with her carrot cake, and it was stunning.
Wow, see?
Stunning. What a good recipe.
I'm happy I live out here because I can meet her all the time.
Oh, that's sweet. Oh, that's
yes.
sweet.
And Billy Joel just sold one of his houses in Sag Harbor, so that's good.
There you go.
Yeah.
So Jenny, would you like to show us what you're working on? Jenny?
Oh, sorry. Yes, I'm doing the Knit Whiz Knit Along.
Oh, you are
and
too?
I'm doing the Brush Creek. So I'll show you. You can see the zigzag pattern. So the zigzag nib at the bottom, and then that one panel of zigzag goes up, offset onto up one side of the sweater, all the way up to the shoulder, and it's a drop shoulder pattern. So yeah, I haven't got very far yet, but yeah.
Nice.
Very nice.
What yarn are you using, Jenny?
So this is, hold on. It's a linen, a recycled linen. It's by Erica Knight. It's called Studio Linen. Yeah, so it's got some mostly recycled and some non-recycled linen in. I've not used it before, and it feels lovely.
You like it? Okay.
I do, yes.
It looked like it had a little sheen to it, a little shining.
Yes, it has got a little bit of a shine to it, yes.
Yeah, very pretty.
Yeah. The colour doesn't come across well on the screen, but it's like a slate grey.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Phrancko, are your patterns are your patterns all knit in like one piece, or are they knit in pieces and seam together.
No seam. They're
No
all
seam.
seamless.
Okay.
The-
When you're done, you're done.
Yeah,
Are they all top down?
they're all top
Yep.
down.
Okay.
And they all use the special kind of sleeve that I developed that
Okay.
creates this, it's, well, I originally called it a set-in sleeve, but then it was pointed out to me that since it's not seamed in, you're not setting it in.
Mm,
So now I say it has the set-in sleeve architecture.
okay.
But it,
Uh-huh.
but it's
Much
seamless,
more
but the
impressive.
way that it is, that it is knit and fit, it does fit like a set in sleeve.
Yes.
But it's all done one. You can choose between a crew neck, a scoop neck, and then what's the other one, Frank?
Round neck.
Round
A
neck.
round,
Round
which is
neck.
just a little bit, and the scoop neck is deeper.
Now,
can also have
you're
a
pointing out
a
you get all
V-neck.
three of those if you buy the crew neck pattern.
If you buy the crew neck, yeah.
So you
Yeah.
get the scoop, the round, and the crew in the crew neck.
Yeah, it's all
Yes.
three in that one pattern.
Okay.
But then
And
there are other
then-
patterns you could choose, which is a saddle shoulder,
A-
a
Mhm.
V-neck,
Or a V-neck or a
a
Henley.
Henley
Henley.
collar.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I
And
would do
for all
round.
of those, you can choose the amount of ease that you want, whether you want negative ease, 0 ease, and then you choose by inches, 2, 4, whatever, how much ease you want.
And
Okay.
if you keep joining us here, there are tons of clever people. So if you decide you would like to somehow put in a square neck or a boat neck or anything else, chances are we can help
One
you.
of them knows how to do it.
You can figure it out. Okay.
Someone will help. Probably will all help.
With the scoop neck, how deep is it? And is
5
and I
inches.
guess you can modify 5 inches.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
But
And
it
is that
also is
measured
easy
from
to
like?
modify.
Is it measured from like the shoulder seam, 5 inches, or from where do you measure it
I
from?
believe it's from the
Oh,
shoulder seam.
Okay.
The round neck is going to be like just under your collarbone is where it is on me. Just under
Okay,
your
so it's a little lower than the crew neck.
So
The
it's a
crew neck,
little lower than the crew neck, but not much.
yeah. Are you wearing a crew neck, Phrancko?
Yes, this is a crew neck.
Okay.
It was the original crew neck. And then when I did a knit along with Suzanne Bryan, there were a lot of women who were knitting the pattern and they started saying the neckline is too high. Women don't like necklines that high. So I added the other 2 necklines as part of the same pattern.
Oh, perfect. Okay. Yeah. I think I'll probably like the round neck because I do like mine a little, like this is a t-shirt under my sweater and it's a little high. So I think I prefer like what my sweater is, which is right at the collarbone.
Yeah.
Now, it is the case that the original crew neck is the easiest one to knit for only one reason, and that is the neckline closes before you start shaping the sleeve caps. So you finish this shaping and then you start this shaping over here. But that's only for the original crew neck. Everything else, the neckline's going to come down lower and the sleeve cap shaping starts while you're still shaping the neckline.
Okay.
And some people find it really difficult to keep track of what you're doing when you're doing 2 different kinds of shaping at the same time. It's really not, well, I guess it's
It's just
it's just
All
opinion.
depends.
Yeah.
So if you want the easiest, the
not
simplest
difficult
kind,
to
you should do
do.
the original crew neck, but
Yeah.
most people can figure out. You just keep 2 different, I use either a paper and pen or I write in my Word document and say, right here, I'm doing this shaping of the crew neck. I'm doing an increase every 3rd round and I'm on the 1st round and then I'm on the 2nd round. Now I'm on the 3rd round, so I know it's an increase round, and I keep a mark every time I cross the beginning of round border. I put a mark on which round of the sleeve I'm doing, and then I also am maybe doing 4 lines of diagonal shaping at the front of the collar then I'm also have a different mark saying, okay, for the collar, I'm on round number 2. And then
Okay.
round 3. And each time I cross the beginning of round, I increase both of those counts.
Mm-hmm.
So it's
Okay.
not really impossible to keep up with.
And for the round neck, you're only doing it for a very few rows that you're doing
That's
it that
right.
way.
Okay.
It's kind of a least of that. So it is just a few rows that you'd have to pay attention to. Am I doing it at the shoulders? Am I doing it at the neck?
Got it. Okay. So it's not like knitting group knitting for me anyways. I would be like, have to be home and be quiet, nobody bothering me.
Yes.
Well, I would say the beginning part until you've done the very top part, you
Mhm.
have to pay attention until you get that part down and you actually are in the round. And then it's like, then it's knitting, night knitting. Then it's just like, just wail on it.
Got it. Okay.
I think the funnest part of doing the Phrancko, and we've all probably been there, is well, the first time you get around to your first row, that you're gonna go all the way around.
Mhm.
I just go, son of a gun, it worked. That
You're like,
was
what
so
is this?
fun.
It's never gonna
And then
be a
you just
sweater.
go knitting.
Well, I did, and
just
now
get
you have
the
these
kick
little
out of it.
caps on the
Yeah.
sleeves, and it's like, oh my gosh, it's a sweater.
It's like, it works. Yeah, it's kind of fun. So
Cool.
anyway,
Very
that's
cool.
why I'm here 3 years later.
Yes.
It's still kind of fun.
Yeah.
We also like to tell new
Trust the
knitters.
pattern. Trust the pattern.
We also like to tell new knitters that when you are doing the shoulders, and it's going to look like it's going to be way too small. You're going to say, oh no, it needs to be wider than this in the shoulders.
And it doesn't.
But that's because it's set in sleeves and the shoulders are set in. They're not the width of your shoulders. And so it looks like it's just going to cover the top of you and then go straight down. It's not going to fit, but
got
it does.
Okay.
So just keep going, keep following the instructions, trust, and people find out, oh, I was sure it's
Trust
going
the
to be too
pattern.
small, and now it fits really nicely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
trust your swatch, trust the pattern, and you'll just smile. You'll be very happy with it.
Is the saddle shoulder, do you build the saddles and then start, or is it all one piece too?
You build this, it's still all one piece.
Okay.
You do start by knitting the saddles separately, and then you pick up stitches along the selvage edges of each saddle to start creating the neckline and working around.
Would you say that the saddle shoulder is more of a design, like a aesthetic feature or a fit feature?
It's more of an aesthetic feature.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It doesn't, they both have the same architecture and they both fit.
They both fit the same, but the saddle shoulder just has like a different look.
That's right.
Okay. Okay. Got it.
Well, we are a couple of minutes over our hour, and I try to keep it to exactly an hour. So
Okay.
it was really nice to see you all. And Alicia, we really appreciate you joining us, and we invite you to come back and become a regular attendant.
Thank you.
if you want
It was
to.
nice to meet everybody, and I felt very welcome. So I appreciate that.
I'm so glad you did.
Okay.
Good.
All right.
And
Bye,
by all
everyone.
means,
Bye-bye.
if you have any
Bye.
questions,
Bye-bye.
All right.
bye-bye.